We've got some more information coming out of Indiana, right here, not far from me, about an hour and 45 minutes straight north of me. Lake Michigan has been closed. An Indiana beach is closed due to a mystery substance. The beach swimmers have been ordered out of Lake Michigan at what's called Porter Beach because of a substance in the water. It was originally thought to be an oil slick that prompted the closure of Porter Beach and the Indiana Dunes State Park, which is right next door. But Park Ranger Bruce Rao says samples taken of the quarter-mile-long slick show it is not oil. The initial results are very, very weird, folks. It is not oil, but it is a silvery slick substance. Matter of fact, Rose said that children coming out of the water of Lake Michigan were covered in a silvery, almost metallic material sticking to them, which prompted the beach to be closed. Lifeguards walking the shoreline announcing the water was off limits. Now, I've been there many times along Lake Michigan, along the dunes. It's called the Indiana Dunes. Beautiful. I mean, it's like looking at an ocean, you know. Except it's fresh water. But this is really, really strange and weird. And what is it? Well, we're going to continue to check and find out what it could be. Also, other news, Ethiopia. They are continuing to build the dam, which, if completed, could turn the Nile River away from Egypt, which is Bible prophecy, actually, in Isaiah chapter 19, verses 5 and 6. Now, first of all, in verses 1, 2, 3, and 4, it says that, nation would, or brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city. There'd be this infighting going on in Egypt called the burden of Egypt, the prophecy is, and that the idols of Egypt would be stolen and moved at the presence of God. We know this has all happened, and the heart of Egypt would melt. We know it happened when they got rid of Jose Mubarak, and that they would get a fierce king, a cruel lord, and that the council would be destroyed. We know the 5-man general council was fired by Mohammed Morsi on the 6th day of his presidency. They've rewrote their whole constitution. He's fired 70 governors. He's put a bunch of Muslim Brotherhood members in as governor. He's changed everything. Sharia law. He's put 3 cities under Sharia law or martial law. Christians have been murdered, crucified, tortured. Church has been burnt to the ground. It's ugly. Their tourism is down to 0. Their wheat crop was down. They've had a drought. They've been infested with locusts. What? And the Bible says that the waters would dry up in the nation, and that the rivers would be turned far away. Well, if Ethiopia builds this dam, which they're working on, they're going forward with it. They're building it right now. It's an Italian contracting firm that's building it. But now there's some cooler heads starting to prevail. Ethiopia and Egypt cooled down their talk of war today on this Tuesday, June the 18th, 2013, and agreed to a more dialogue to resolve this conflict over the giant dam that's being built at the Horn of Africa nation. Ethiopia is building it right on the Nile near the border of the Sudan. Now, Africa's second and third most populous nations have traded some barbs, one with another. Ethiopia is building a new hydroelectric project, which Egypt fears will reduce its water supply, vital for its 84 million people who mostly live in the Nile Valley and the Delta. So Egyptian President Mohammed Morsi said on June the 10th he did not want war, but he would keep all options open, prompting Ethiopia to say it was ready to defend itself and its $4.7 billion Great Renaissance Dam, which lies near the border of Sudan. Now, Ethiopia summoned the Egyptian ambassador to come see him after they saw politicians in Cairo on television suggesting that Ethiopian rebels and military action was needed. So some pronouncements were made. They're talking to one another and they're trying to reevaluate what this dam really means. And Ethiopia is trying to assure them that it won't destroy their water supply of what's necessary. But folks, let's be honest, it's going to cut into the water supply significantly. And Ethiopia is getting ready to fulfill Bible prophecy by turning the river far away from Egypt to Ethiopia. And that's Bible prophecy. And I would have never dreamed that I would see that day or even be a realization of it coming to pass. You know what? Even Joel Rosenberg has made comments about the Damascus prophecy. I just seen someone sent that to me just a few minutes ago. I think it was Reverend Gary. But Joel Rosenberg, in his blog, and it was actually covered by The Blaze, says that even Rosenberg is now reporting that the Damascus, destruction of Damascus is biblical prophecy of Isaiah 17:1 and Jeremiah 49. What's amazing is I've been talking about this for 2 years, and now guys like Joel Rosenberg are jumping on and saying, yep, this is Bible prophecy. And you're going to see more and more and more of that, as it's quite evident that it's being fulfilled. And matter of fact, Rosenberg is even writing a book called the Damascus Countdown, similar to what John Hagee wrote in Jerusalem Countdown. Well, it's definitely biblical prophecy being fulfilled, and it shows us we're in the times we're living in. Some of the biblical scholars and theologians, which are known as Reconstructionists, don't want to accept that right now, but they've gone quiet because they can't deny the prophecies are absolutely fulfilling themselves before their very eyes as they're watching the nations surrounding Israel becoming all Muslim Brotherhood. They're watching the destruction of Damascus before their very eyes, and it systematically is falling just like Jeremiah 49 said it would. You can't deny these things as they come to pass. Folks, don't go nowhere. I'm going to be right back with a video on the NSA leaker Edward Snowden. And I've got a call in right now for Joe Hagman to see if he will answer some questions I have for him. And I'll try to see if he'll call in and just be a 20-minute guest for us or so on our live show today from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You can watch it live at my website, www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Watch it live on the live streaming page, or if you need to, listen on your cell phone, 347-321-5208. We'll try to have Joe Hagman on as a guest for at least 20 minutes or so to get an update on the NSA situation that's developing with Edward Snowden and the rift with the United States government and the American people and the invasion of privacy and what this means. God bless all of you.